getting some good looks. You got them spread out, which is good.
But everybody got a board, and we got to be aggressive, keep our pace offensively.
Two outstanding coaches who have combined for 14 NBA championships, 10 for the man on the right, 4 for the man on the left. Welcome back to San Antonio. Dan Schulman, Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson. The Spurs leading the Lakers by 7 going to the second half. Mark, kind of a quiet first half for Tim Duncan, 4 points, 5 rebounds, but a couple other guys made a lot of noise for San Antonio.
Oh, absolutely. He can be quiet on the offensive end when other guys step up and carry the load, and certainly that backcourt did that. You talk about the young fella, George Hill, aggressively. Coach says, look to score the basketball. Got to the seams time and time again. Made plays, drive-by, knockdown jump shot, acrobatic finishes, and then Manu Ginobili, the guy that's been carrying them offensively, continuing to do that. Knockdown jumpers. How about pushing the ball in transition? You go underneath the screen, you pay the price. Hill and Ginobili, a thing of beauty in that first half.
Hill coming off a career-high 27 on Monday night. May surpass that again here just 48 hours later. For the L.A. Lakers, the high score in the first half was not Kobe Bryant. He's got 10, but, Jeff, it was really Lamar Odom who carried the Lakers at times in the first half.
Lamar Odom is one of the most versatile players in the NBA, and he's especially dangerous in transition. They're getting to his strong hand on the break, and then this is where he's at his best. Rebound, bust out, dribble. This time Matt Bonner takes away his left hand, so Odom pulls up for the jumper, and then very good defensive play by Odom. Again, pushing the ball and finishing with his right hand. That was a key for Greg Popovich before the game to keep Odom out of transition. Odom very successful in that area in the first half.
Big numbers in the first half for Lamar Odom. At one point in the first half, as we let you listen in on a Laker huddle, Phil Jackson said to Kobe Bryant, activate the ball. Look to score. And Kobe did shoot the ball very well in the second quarter. Overall, 5 for 9, 10 points on the night. The Lakers need more from him, and as Manu Ginobili told our John Sutcliffe at the end of the first half, the Spurs are expecting to see Kobe Bryant try to take over this game at times in the second half, maybe the way young George Hill did at times in the first half.
You know, when Coach Jackson said activate, it just sounds so much more scientific than Kobe, do your thing. That would have been what I would have said to him. Come on, man.
You going to put that in your vocabulary now?
Yeah,
Is that going to be part of your...
just sounds so
activate
good.
the ball.
Activate.
You should tell Mark to activate himself on the microphone every now and again.
I would have looked at him like he was crazy.
Ginobili started off the game very hot at a couple of early threes. Misses one here to begin the second half. These two teams will meet again in L.A. in just a couple of weeks' time. The Lakers at the beginning of a rugged 5-game road trip as Derek Fisher, scoreless in the first half, knocks down the 3.
And even though Kobe Bryant made that pass, that was an aggressive move to the paint, creating the opening for Derek Fisher.
Jefferson on the drive, and one.
This is when Richard Jefferson is at his best in transition and also putting his head down, getting to the seams. A very durable player, loves to create contact and get to the free throw line.
And he says one of the keys for him has been playing more with Manu Ginobili. Now that both of them are in the starting lineup, he feels that Ginobili's game lends itself to Jefferson playing better, as we've got a lane violation on the Lakers.
He's also making an adjustment. He's coming from playing a lot of years with Jason Kidd, a point guard that would look to push the ball ahead and also get in pick-and-roll situations and make plays for him. It's a different type of flow playing with scoring point guards like a Tony Parker.
Jefferson open on the baseline. Ginobili the assist. Does it surprise you, Jeff, 70 games into a season, to see Richard Jefferson, Ron Artest still adjusting to their new team?
It is somewhat surprising, but I think, particularly in the Spurs case, Greg Popovich has finally decided on the rotation he's going to go with until Parker gets back at least. And I think he feels good about that, and I think they feel good about having this 9-man rotation that's playing particularly well.
They've used 22 different starting lineups this year because of injuries. This is up to date with Oklahoma City winning tonight against Houston. So San Antonio is now in 7th, a half game rather, back of the Thunder, just a game ahead of the 8th place Portland Trailblazers. And San Antonio is playing a lot of contending teams, a lot of road games the rest of the way. A very difficult schedule. Artest with a corner three.
That's a back-to-back drive and kick by Bryant. First it was Fisher, and that time Artest.
Artest the steal, Jefferson the foul.
This is just great passing by Bryant. Waiting for the whistle. The whistle does not occur when he leaves his feet, and then he finds. That's a tough pass in the seams to Artest.
Kobe defended by Ginobili, who's trying to push him as far away from the paint as he can. Got him in the air, no foul. Tough bank shot for Kobe Bryant. Now Duncan, as we mentioned, offensively a quiet game so far. His numbers down in the second half of the year. Playing, though, in back-to-backs, even though Greg Popovich wishes he didn't have to, because the Spurs are scratching and clawing for every win.
They love to go pick and roll because Pau Gasol, the way that they're defending, is going to be a playmaker, be a scoring or assisting, because they leave him open trying to trap Bryant.
Artest misses the three. Ginobili brings it up court. Goes right by Gasol, but then misses the layup. Now Hill on Kobe. Double team. Artest, a nice look inside, and Hill forced the foul. Now, good eyes by Mark Jackson. Still got that point guard's vision, noticing that Luke Walton making the most of his time on the injured list, Mark.
I like the fact somebody will say, hey, Luke Walton, you want to be a coach, spend time on the side. Well, he's spending time on the side even though he's a player. Taking notes, paying attention, spending time with guys, talking about how you can make adjustments, not just on the sideline as a player, waiting to get back, but he's actually over there adding to the Lakers' game plan.
I think he told Kobe, you got to start going. That's what he wrote down in the paper. Kobe, go.
I thought it said activate.
Activate the ball. But Luke Walton, again, their bench has been decimated by some trades and injury. Luke Walton was a critical component of their bench because of his high basketball IQ and his skill level. And to lose that has hurt them very much.
And I like the decision by the Lakers. Talking to Phil Jackson last week, he said, hey, if it was Game 7, Luke Walton could play today. But we're not building towards today. We're looking towards when it matters most. So they're giving him enough time for his body to heal.
Gasol called for the illegal screen.
And I want John Sutcliffe to give me the word for flop in Spanish. Because you can't flop on a fellow Spanish-speaking citizen like Pau Gasol.
John, what would you say to that? How did you call it?
I would say just una dejadita.
Well, that's what I want. Una dejadita. Senorita Blasioli, I hope you're out there listening to my Spanish.
Manu buries the three. Don't you wish we could do a little bit of the game in Spanish, that one of the three of us had enough Spanish to get us through one possession?
I have enough trouble with
English?
Yeah. I'm amazed, like, those guys can just go back and forth between languages so easily.
Timeout taken by San Antonio. The Spurs continue to cling to a narrow lead here on Noche Latina, Latin night. Los Spurs 55, Los Lakers 52, thanks in part to Manu and another three.
Soy Pau Gasol de Los Ángeles Lakers. He nacido y crecido en Barcelona, España, y quería daros un abrazo, y estáis viendo La Noche Latina en ESPN.
Pau Pau Gasol of Spain welcoming us back on Noche Latina here in San Antonio. The Spurs leading the Lakers by 3. Let's bring it again. John Sutcliffe from ESPN Deportes. John, how does Pau feel about playing on a night such as tonight?
Oh, he said he was very proud when I talked to him, especially that the league is doing things to get the Latino community. And now you have so many players coming into the league from Latin America, from Spain. They're just proud, and they can notice here in San Antonio when you have so many Latinos coming to watch. And I think when you talk about pride, you're talking about a gold medalist like Manu Ginobili and a silver medalist like Pau Gasol.
And that says it all right there. The development of the game worldwide, specifically pertaining to tonight, both in Spain and in Latin American countries. 18 players of Hispanic or Latin American descent currently playing in the NBA, and 2 of the very best right here in this game, and Gasol and Ginobili. And as Jeff has been interested to find out tonight, 16 million Hispanic NBA fans in this country.
Más o menos. That's more or less.
More or less, yeah. Pau Gasol, of course, now earning his living in Los Angeles, but as we know, comes from Spain, where he's been one of the great international players in recent years. Manu Ginobili from Argentina.
Man, Dan, you copped out. You didn't even go with the city. You just said Spain. That was like a long name, and well, he just glossed right over the name.
I don't have Senorita
Glasioli
on speed dial.
That's
so.
right.
I can't believe you called him out, though.
Thank you. Like you were going there if they'd given you that element. Ginobili with a fadeaway. Five-point lead for the Spurs. Through the hands of Gasol, bounces to Kobe. Bryant with 14 points tonight. 7 of 11 has made his last 5 shots. Feeds Gasol, who lays it in.
How about Bryant dancing and then finding Pau Gasol slashing to the hoop?
See if Duncan can get going. Still just 4 points tonight for Tim Duncan. 2 for 8 from the floor. Nice look inside. McDyess, bothered by Odom, out of bounds to the Lakers.
How about Kobe Bryant? Take him to the streets. A little escalade right here. A little crossover and then finding Pau Gasol. We've seen 3 guys defend Bryant this quarter, and now 4. It was Hill, Ginobili, Jefferson, and now Bogans is defending him on this possession.
That was the 4th assist of the night for Kobe Bryant. He comes in as the number 4 scorer in the league at better than 27 a game. Derek Fisher, way short. Artest fouled and finishes. And celebrates. Never one to shy away from showing his emotions and saying hi to some Laker fans behind the basket.
If you're going to kiss the fans, you got to make it free throw.
Ginobili. You're exactly right, Jeff. There are very few players in the league that give you more value and entertainment sitting here at courtside than Manu Ginobili.
I might buy season tickets to the Spurs games next year if he resigns, and just drive the 3 hours to watch this guy play.
We also learned today, if you'd grown up in San Antonio, you'd have been a bull rider. That was the story we got on the way over here today. You're going to have a busy time if you relocate to San Antonio.
That rodeo is always intriguing me. The calf roping, all that's hard stuff.
You as a calf roper is tough to visualize. Artest into the double team and a foul. There it is. Maybe one day your name can be up on one of these banners.
The most impressive thing all game long is when you took your jacket off and was doing the Matador.
On the NBA calendar tomorrow night on TNT, a doubleheader, Miami, Chicago, then Dallas and Portland. Miami at Milwaukee Friday on NBA TV, and then you can see the Spurs again against the Celtics Sunday night 8 Eastern right here on ESPN. He's even entertaining when he discusses a call with an official.
See, do you think like he can get away with speaking in Spanish to him, like so he doesn't know how mad he is at him? Like Orlando's Poole, like if I was these guys who speak 2 languages, when I wanted to go nuts, I would just be using my other language. I would never get a technical. I'd vent, I'd feel better.
The lead down to 1. Going to be Artest? Yes, it is. Trying to fight around the screen from Bonner. Number 2 on Artest.
Their length defensively causes problems. And then you add into that mix the physicality of Fisher, Bryant, and Artest on the perimeter. It's difficult to score consistently against this Lakers team.
The Red Rocket putting it on the floor and laying in the floater.
At some point in this ball game, Tim Duncan is going to have to score on the block, taking pressure off of the perimeter guys carrying the load. He's got to find a way to score against this Laker left.
The ball movement by the Lakers, and a travel the call on Artest. That looks says it all.
That's befuddled right there. Not agreeing with that call.
Double team on Ginobili. Taken away by Artest. Lays it in. 1-point game.
That's great defense by Artest, especially recognizing that Lamar Odom was on the baseline side, so he used him as a shield and forced him that way, coming up with the steal.
13 points, 8 rebounds for Artest. Here goes Duncan, spinning inside and drawing the foul.
We talk about battling, jumps on the strong side, recognizing that Odom is there. The active hands, as strong as it gets as far as the defender's concerned, finishing with the left hand after the steal.
And Duncan to the line for the first time tonight. Another look, Ginobili basically deciding right here to get out of the way. And probably for good reasons. That left foot from Artest came up. And a couple of free throws for Duncan. Hill back into the game now for the Spurs. Ginobili's got it. And right away with Hill defending him, Kobe goes into the post. Fisher for 3. Hill with Artest on him. Drives on him and has it knocked out of bounds. 10 to shoot.
You know, it's interesting taking a look at the chess matchup between Popovich and Jackson. Those are shots on the other end that Popovich is willing to give up because he's not allowing Bryant to take over this game. So double teaming and living with other guys shooting the basketball.
Duncan. Knocked out of bounds. 3 on the shot clock.
I like those last 2 plays by Tim Duncan. Looking to be aggressive that time. Dishes off the basketball. And if you're Bonner, you have to shoot.
Duncan blocked easily by Gasol. And the shot clock will expire. And there's that length.
How about Gasol? We talked about the length bothering Tim Duncan. Gasol says, nada, senor.
Laker ball when we come back. Kobe, the beautiful find of Pau Gasol. Manu Ginobili more than holding up his end of the bargain. La Noche Latina got a good one going between the Spurs and Lakers, with San Antonio continuing to cling to a slender lead.
Can't give this team second shots, guys. It's just, you can't do it. Have to stop. We had 3 defensive mistakes.
Georgie, be smart. You got 3 fouls. Be smart. Stay down. Don't get a silly foul.
Now, George Hill, who was dominant in the first half with 20 points, has yet to score, though, here in the second half. And right now the Spurs up by only 3. Mark, whether it's Hill or whether it's Duncan, somebody's got to help out Ginobili here in the second half.
Oh, absolutely. And I like the fact that Hill is not forcing it. You know, he's still being aggressive, but not trying to take over this game. Young guys will say, I was on fire in the first half. Well, I'm going to keep on carrying it in the second half. Allow the game to come to you, but I think they have to play through Tim Duncan and other guys will get involved that way.
Saw the injured Tony Parker looking on out with a broken bone in his hand, at least a couple of weeks away, missing his 10th game with that injury right now.
That was a great double team by Roger Mason Jr. He squeezed the trap with Duncan. Gasol had no room to find a passing outlet.
Duncan and Gasol again. Jump hook, too strong, and another rebound in traffic by Odom. Shannon Brown has returned for the Lakers. Kobe's on the bench right now. Artest taking a lot of threes here tonight. Run down by Odom. Brown sets his feet, and he knocks down the 3.
And that's off of the extra effort hustle by Lamar Odom, chasing down the loose rebound and putting Shannon Brown in position to knock down the 3.
And we are tied at 63 now, late in the third. Hill, another rebound for Odom, his 9th.
And he's not nearly effective on the high pick and roll as Artest missed the layup. George Hill's not nearly as effective driving and trying to finish to his left as he is to his right.
Brown open again and hits again, and the Lakers take the lead.
That's bad defense by the Spurs, not chasing to the body of the shooter. You fall asleep a little bit, give him the airspace, and Brown another knockdown jump.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds leading to 3-pointers for the Lakers. Mason will try to answer, and a foul on Odom on the 3-point attempt. Number 4 on Lamar Odom.
I didn't see a foul there.
Neither did he.
In that replay, I saw a good contest by Lamar Odom.
But it's 3 free throws now for Mason.
Maybe he got in the way of his landing, but the reason I didn't hop in is I was so used to Mike Green, our normal partner, jumping into the fin. What are obviously poor calls. So, Dan, you just shocked me that you didn't, you know, just go overboard on how tough it is to ever get a call right.
Now, don't talk about Mike behind his back.
I'm not. He's listening at home.
Mason knocks them all down, and we're tied again. Last minute now with the third. Odom, how's that for an answer? He's doing it all tonight.
I love the fact that you have a guy like Lamar Odom that's willing to come off the bench of a great team and say, I'll do whatever it takes.
15 points, 9 rebounds, and a couple of assists tonight for Odom. Good defense by Brown on Mason. Shot clock at 5. Mason with a toe on the line. Offensive rebound to Juan Blair. Boy, if he could do it again, he'd kick it out and they'd run the clock down.
Not a smart play. You want to throw the ball back out and take the last shot of that quarter. And he understands he made a mistake.
Rookie mistake by DeJuan Blair. Greg Popovich can't even bear to watch right now. Instead of holding for the last shot, they don't score, give up the ball, and commit a foul at the other end.
But really, Coach, take the words out your mouth, because I know exactly what you're about to say, so please say it for me.
And Lamar Odom didn't manage the clock well either. They could have gone for the last shot. He goes early, gets fouled, and yet it's not the proper play. And Matt Bonner didn't guard him right. He extended on the floor, and he let him go to his strong hand, which is his left hand.
Here comes Ginobili.
And we're not talking about inexperienced guys other than Blair with that mistake, but you played 70 games in this league. You know, you practice, you understand how to close out quarters. So that's a mistake by both guys.
And if I'm Garrett Temple sitting right next to Tim Duncan and I'm on a 10-day, I might ask Duncan for his autograph. Like, is this great or what if you're Garrett Temple? Been with 3 different teams, Houston, Sacramento, and now San Antonio. It's got to be a great thrill.
Biggest lead of the night for the Lakers, who have trailed most of the night. Ginobili, Mason. A good look at the end of the quarter, but the Lakers on a run, taking advantage of some San Antonio mistakes. And with 12 minutes to go here in San Antonio, it is now the Lakers who are leading. Kobe Bryant, a relatively quiet 14, although efficient, 7 for 11 from the floor. Manu Ginobili with 19 for the Spurs. Ron Artest laying it in and saluting the crowd here at the AT&T Center.
In San Antonio with Coach Popovich. Coach, what have the Lakers been able to do in this third quarter to get back in the game?
They made 3 threes.
And also the importance of getting somebody like Tim Duncan more involved in the last quarter. He only has 6 points.
He's involved. The ball's got to go in.
Coach Popovich, I don't think he's very happy, very contento, guys.
John, welcome to the NBA. Finding out firsthand the intensity of an NBA coach, especially when that particular quarter right before the interview segment doesn't go all that well for his team. Well, Shannon Brown knocking down a couple of threes. The Lakers now leading by 5.
Could John Sutcliffe have a more difficult interview? The Lakers outscored the Spurs 30-18 to turn around the game. Man, those are tough interviews right there. And I'm not blaming the coaches. No. That's a tough thing to have to do in the middle of a heated game. But
well, what you, from what I understand, I didn't see the game that night, but you made your NBA interviewing debut at the end of a quarter a couple of weeks back, right?
Yes, I did in the New Orleans game, and Jeff Bauer was very kind to put up with my inept question.
No, you were outstanding that night. I was there. I had an opportunity to witness true greatness.
You know, I was saying that to myself as I was walking back over, but I didn't want to be the one to, you know, give myself props.
What'd you ask him? Remember?
It was something like so basic that really any kid in the stands would have, you know.
How do you score more? How do you stop them?
Right. You need Chris Paul, right?
Blair adjusted the shot, never hit the rim, and a shot clock violation on San Antonio.
And that's the difficulty for Blair. Such a relentless worker, but length in this league is so different than the college game. Being able to adjust and figure out how you can finish at the basket.
Such an important game for San Antonio. Oklahoma City has already won tonight. The Spurs need to win to move back into a tie for 6th with the Thunder. If they lose, they slip closer to the 8th-place Portland Trailblazers. Mason wide open for an 18-footer.
And that's the way that the Spurs got it going in the first half. A lot of pick-and-roll basketball. That time, no communication, and Mason able to step in the rhythm for a mid-range jump.
Well, we've talked about the stretch the Lakers are in, beginning a 5-game road trip. How about this week that San Antonio's got going? They play at Atlanta, very good team. At Oklahoma City, a very good team. Host the Lakers tonight. Host Cleveland Friday, then go to Boston Sunday. Throughout March, the NBA is paying tribute to its more than 16 million Hispanic fans and 23 Latin and Spanish players with Noche Latina 2010. Log on to NBAstore.com for 2010 Noche Latina gear. Powell the miss, Bonner the rebound. Ginobili. And a foul on Kobe Bryant. And that's got Phil Jackson up off his seat.
Well, there's a foul. It's a good block, but it's a foul on the follow-through. Certainly got the left arm of Ginobili. The correct call was made.
Crowd really getting into it now. Of course, the Lakers get more of a reaction than just about any team in the NBA when they're on the road. Ginobili knocks him down. 1-point game.
The Lakers had their most success offensively when they isolated Kobe Bryant on one side where he could see the help.
Kobe still has only taken 11 shots in this game. 7 for 11, 14 points. Hasn't been to the free throw line. Has 5 assists. Gasol the miss. Here come the Spurs looking for the lead. Hill still scoreless in the second half. Bonner for 3. A 7-0 run for San Antonio. And Gasol fouled. Will head to the line.
The long ball has really hurt this Lakers defense. You talk about Spanish Day, well, Tiro de Tre. That's a three-pointer by Bonner.
What was that?
That's three-pointer in Spanish. I'm dazzling you, man. I do my homework. I've been sitting on it.
Did you take Spanish in high school?
No. I was a 98th grade French student.
Come on.
What?
Break some out here. Bring us back up
you
court
can talk
French.
to Tony Parker?
No. You're talking about years ago, man.
If you were in 98, you would remember something.
Ginobili takes the bump, finds Blair, and off the rim to Powell. Now the Lakers down by 1, bring it back up court. Farmar from Kobe.
Now, the way the Spurs are defending is going to boil down to other Laker players making shots because they're double-teaming Kobe Bryant and forcing him to get rid of the basketball.
Assist number 6 for Kobe. Ginobili too strong. Blair a push in the back. Blair better be careful. Bouncing that ball in frustration. Doesn't want to get teed up.
And you see Bryant one-on-one, gets into the seams, looking to facilitate. That's called activating, baby. Farmer knocks down the long one.
ESPN's presentation of NBA Wednesday. Brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Stuart Scott in the studio with the Taco Bell studio update. Of course, in San Antonio, it's Noche Latina night, celebrating Latin culture. How about Brooke Lopez, one of 23 Latin players in the NBA, 26 points, 13 rebounds, win number 8 for the Nets this season as they beat the Kings. And since it is Noche Latina night, how about tonight's leaders in puntos, rebotes, and pases? That's points, rebounds, and assists. LeBron James, 38 puntos for the night. How about Dwight Howard, 24 rebotes?
I like it. Stuart Scott maybe taking a little Spanish at UNC back in the day. And here are the two Spanish-speaking stars we have in this game, Manu Ginobili and Pau Gasol, and Manu having the upper hand in this so-called matchup, if you will, with 21 points tonight. Gasol only 8, although He does have 9 rebounds. Spain on the left, Argentina on the right. More importantly, a 2-point game. Here in a critical game to the San Antonio Spurs. Los Spurs tonight on Noche Latina. I knew I wouldn't get through the whole night without messing.
You're hungry, aren't you?
I am hungry.
Yeah, you're hungry.
Noche Latina. Bryant and Ginobili, shot clock at 6. Kobe knocks it down, 8 for 12, 16 points.
And that time, because of the isolation was at the top of the key, the Spurs had no opportunity to really double.
And when you get in tough games, playoff-type games, you need perimeter players who can create their own shot.
Foul on Farmar, and he knew it. ESPN, your NBA destination again Sunday night, and it'll be the San Antonio Spurs again as they take on Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. This special edition of the NBA on ESPN and ESPN360.com comes your way at 8 Eastern Sunday. Ginobili hounded by Kobe. They play on. Open is Mason. And the rebound to Odom. Double-double now for Odom, 17 points, 10 boards.
Coach, I know you got to love the battle that Ginobili and Bryant is having right now.
I would like to have an ISO camera on them the entire game. How hard they're competing against each other.
Bonner steps in and takes away the Kobe pass. And a push on Farmar. The Spurs don't want to have anything to do with it, but if this turned into a 1-8 matchup in the first round, it'd be fun.
Well, it would be hard played and hotly contested. Right there, Jordan Farmar is having an outstanding game tonight. Has got to know a little bit better about penalties. The Lakers have the Spurs on lockdown. To foul at the three-point line, putting them in the penalty is a mistake.
With 7:39 to go. 1 of 2 for Hill.
That's a great job by Shannon Brown, which goes unnoticed. Gets into the seam, does not allow Hill to get the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. That's perimeter guys rebounding off the free throw.
Again, Bryant and Ginobili. Kobe. Rebound Hill. Hill's played more minutes tonight than anybody. 36 already. Manu misses. Back comes Odom.
Terrific screen by Tim Duncan. Got Ginobili his best look yet tonight.
Odom hollering for a foul. Doesn't get the call. And the Spurs will take a timeout. Manu with 21 tonight, the same for Hill. Odom leading the Lakers with 17. Well, there may be more on the line for the Spurs than the Lakers tonight, but looking at the eyes of Kobe Bryant, this game matters to them just as much. Welcome back to San Antonio. Dan Schulman, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, John Sutcliffe with you here on ESPN NBA Wednesday. A 3-point lead for the Lakers and Mark. No Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom starting and having a great night.
So doing the little things. There's a guy that has nothing on the floor that he cannot do. Chasing down a loose rebound. How about help defense, forcing the turnover, rebounding the basketball, outlet pass, knocking down three-pointers. A thing of beauty all night long by Lamar Odom. You want to beat good teams, you have to have other guys step up.
Kobe Bryant with 16 points, an efficient night, but hasn't taken that many shots and hasn't been to the free throw line tonight. Did not go to the free throw line once in the Lakers' last game, a win over Washington on Sunday night. Jeff, would that concern you if Kobe Bryant has played almost 2 full games without even attempting a free throw?
No, I think as perimeter players get older, they conserve their bodies more. They pace themselves. I don't think this is unusual at all. By the way, he will get there in close games going down the stretch games. He'll put his body into people to force the call to happen.
Jefferson, Hill, McDyess, Mason, and Duncan for the Spurs. Jefferson, a long two, and the rebound to Gasol.
Now, I was watching Richard Jefferson shoot his jump shot. His jump shot is so flat tonight. He's got to get more arc on that thing. He's got to get it up and give it a chance.
Just 3 for 9 tonight. Coming off a 5-point game Monday in Oklahoma City after averaging about 18 a game for his previous 6. Odom for 3. Shot clock was running down. Jefferson the rebound. One team, San Antonio, has attempted 25 threes tonight. The Lakers have attempted 17. Gasol with another block, again with the left hand on Tim Duncan.
And you can tell a lot of miles on the body of Tim Duncan, a lot of great moments. He's not the same player that he once was. Pau Gasol is really being very effective with his rim and ultimate shots.
Kobe, a deep contested 3. How about that? Kobe with a 19. Artest with a steal. And the Lakers have upped the lead to 8.
Greg Popovich decides to give Manu Ginobili a breather, and all of a sudden, the Lakers get light.
The Lakers defense in the second half has been nothing short of suffocating.
Jeff, they're holding the Spurs to about 30% from the floor in the second half.
And this is a very efficient San Antonio offense.
There it is, 28% for the Spurs since the break. Gasol, left hand off the glass.
You can't teach that. I don't care how many hours you put in the gym. You can't teach that. That is a skill level. My goodness, tough move.
10 points, 11 rebounds for Gasol, and now a steal. Ginobili coming to the scorer's table. Farmar. Odom has it blocked by Duncan. Here come the Spurs. 3-on-2.
That's where San Antonio has to be more aggressive in transition. 3-on-2, you have to get a shot.
Mason flips it to Duncan. Knocked away. The Lakers have it.
I'm Phil Jackson. There's no way in the world we play bad defense the rest of the way. If we can play the type of defense that they played in this second half, I don't think they can be beat.
You can see Duncan, who had a 1-for-10 game, I'm sorry, Jeff, just last week, a 2-for-12 game tonight. Kobe with all day. Second timeout. 16-3 run, LA.
Well, you see the block shot by Gasol, and how about Kobe? You know the rules. Hand down, man down. Defensively again. Active hands by Ron Artest. He's been outstanding on the defensive end, creating fast break opportunities in the last bucket. Kobe Bryant all by himself playing pool. 3-ball corner pocket.
An insult to injury, high-fiving Laker fans sitting in the first row on his way back up the court here in San Antonio.
But, Coach, you made a point about Ron Artest.
He has been dominant this half defensively. His energy, his intensity.
Ginobili missed. Ginobili cutting, reversing, and scoring.
You know, we heard Phil Jackson in one of the huddles say, hey, we have to rebound the basketball. We can't give up second shot opportunities. When you do, These are the type of things that occur. You get an easy layup and the foul.
5th foul on Odom. How about this, guys? In the second half, George Hill has 1 point. Tim Duncan has 2 points. It's all Ginobili. It's Ginobili or nothing offensively right now for the Spurs. Under 3. Kobe driving. Hanging and hitting. Taking over here in the 4th quarter. And it's slipping away rapidly from San Antonio. Manu Ginobili told Archon Sutcliffe at halftime they expect Kobe to try to take over this game at some point. He waited a while, but Mark, he's taken over here in the 4th.
Oh, Manu Ginobili must be a prophet because he certainly talked about what was going to happen. Bryant in a rhythm to close out this ball game. Mama, there goes that man.
All about the high-flying scores coming up on SportsCenter in the NBA. It's LeBron and Durant who are tied. You'll see why Durant's team was too good for his own good tonight.
And Ovechkin and Crosby go head-to-head. And is Donovan McNabb going to the Rams? There's a report out there. We'll see you on SportsCenter.
All right, Scott Steed looking forward to that. Kobe Bryant sure enjoying himself right now with the way he and the Lakers have taken over in the 4th quarter, celebrating with some Laker fans here in San Antonio. A big 4th Kobe. He's got 24 points on the night to match his number. You heard Scott Steed talking about Kevin Durant. LeBron and Durant came in a virtual heat for the scoring lead in the NBA. LeBron with a big night to now move 1/10 of a point ahead of Kevin Durant. Kobe's sitting in 4th. You get the feeling, whether it's this year or at some point soon, though, guys, Kevin Durant's going to win multiple scoring titles in this league.
We're in San Antonio, and you can certainly see the similarities between Kevin Durant and the great Spurs, George Gervin, a guy that can flat out score and score in bunches.
The Spurs led most of the night, but they've scored only 31 points in the second half. It's been all Lakers since the break to take a 10-point lead. And again, next for San Antonio, Cleveland here Friday night, then Sunday night at Boston on ESPN.
And you can point directly to when Popovich decided to give Manu Ginobili a breather. The game changed, and the Lakers took over.
And let's face it, the front line of the San Antonio Spurs all had a poor game. From Jefferson to Duncan to McDyke, Bonner missed some open shots.
Those 4 guys you just mentioned, Jeff, 9 for 32 tonight.
And to be expected by some of them. I mean, they're going to have tough nights, but if you're Tim Duncan, you can't have this type of night against the elite.
Not if they want to win. They're just not. They don't have the depth of players that they once had. It's not the same group. And they had some very makeable three-point shots. Artest does another great job stripping the ball. They had some very makeable three-point shots that they just didn't knock down. And that was a direct reflection of the wide-open shot that Roger Mason Jr. had in the corner. They just didn't knock down.
They've made only 8 of 26 threes, and that's after making 4 of their first 5. Bonner taken away. Artest again. Oh, boy.
If I was Ron Artest, I'd take my left hand out the door. It's earned a steak tonight.
He's not endearing himself to the crowd here. Not that he cares, but the Spurs fans are filing out. The Laker fans are enjoying every last drop of this one. 5 steals for Ron Artest, who's in full strut mode right now.
And you watch him tonight, and you see why this guy is one of the greatest defenders that this league has ever seen. You know, at his best, he's as good as anybody defensively that this league has seen.
And Greg Popovich just emptied the bench. The NCAA Women's Championship continues on ESPN Saturday with the Memphis Regional Semifinals. Baylor and Tennessee, that's San Diego State and Duke. The NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. Saturday on ESPN, your exclusive home for the NCAA Women's Championship.
I got Connecticut. You have the rest of the field.
Way to go. Way to go.
I feel good with my pick. That's one of the... People are recognized they've won 74 straight, but it's been underplayed. This is like a dominance that hasn't been seen in a long, long time.
I think 73 of the 74 are by 10 points or more. I mean, they're blowing people out.
They've had 10 of those by 50 or more. How do you beat teams by 50?
Odom, follows it up, lays it in. The capper on a great night for Odom. 19 points, 13 rebounds. And now Artest, for reasons unknown, commits a foul on Garrett Temple. You can cut him some slack with the kind of night he's had tonight at the defensive end.
Well, Mark said it. This is a thing of beauty. The strength, the quickness of hands, the disruptiveness. He has dominated the game at one end of the floor, and Bryant have dominated the fourth quarter at the other end of the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, the Lakers are in full celebration mode here tonight. A lot of emotion shown by Artest and Kobe and Fisher. This will extend their winning streak to 7. It's the first game of a 5-game road trip. Going to Oklahoma City, Houston, New Orleans, and Atlanta this week. And they have held the Spurs to 33 second-half points. Farmar throws up a prayer. Play on, final 10 seconds. Mason for the layup. And that'll be all, guys. A pretty impressive performance by the Lakers tonight.
Separated themselves when it mattered most, and most impressively for me, they did it on the defensive end.
That's the truth. That's all I got.
Lakers 92, San Antonio 83, led by Kobe with 24, Odom with 19 and 13. Pau Gasol a double-double as well as the Lakers extend their winning streak to 7. For Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, and John Sutcliffe, I'm Dan Shulman saying thanks for watching. It's so long from the AT&T Center. Sports Center is next here on ESPN. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.